Welcome to Ys, the Open Felghana. This is the third game in the series, but it's a remake of Wanderers from Ys, which came out on a multitude of platforms. I can't even begin to describe how many. I played the SNES one way back in the day, and that game has the fastest attack of any game ever. But yes, I'm actually going to get right on in. But if you want to watch a prologue, today also had a special episode 0. So if you want to see how they get up to this point, it's not very long, mind you. Go and watch that first, but there's no gameplay involved. It's just me reading dialogue the entire time. So if that strikes your fancy, go ahead and watch it. If not, we're hopping right on in. Welcome to Ys, the Open Felghana.
Do you know the name Adol Kristin? Ah, Adol Kristin. From the time he left his homeland at age 16 to the final years of his life, he surrendered each and every day of his existence to fate, wandering the world in search of his next adventure. His exploits have been meticulously chronicled in over 100 volumes of personal travelogue, detailing where he'd been, what he learned, and what he accomplished thereat. These are not tall tales, but factual accounts. Each volume is comprised of a simple, honest assessment of events, with an emotional detachment that affords the reader a certain degree of personal interpretation. Yet, despite Adol's dry and humble candor, all who read of these brave new worlds, these exotic landscapes and encounters, come away from the experience deeply affected. Indeed, 'tis as if the reader is right there with him, feeling just as he must have felt. The events I shall now recount took place a mere 3 years after Adol Kristin set out on his first adventure. Collectively, these accounts are known as the Felghana Archives. I invite you to take up Adol's sword as if it were your own, and allow yourself to become immersed within his words. Imagine if you were he.
Well, Adol, here we are. This is Felghana. I was hoping we'd get here a little earlier in the day, but I wasn't expecting the waters to be so rough. Still, this place does bring back memories. Hard to believe it's really been 8 years since I left. There's Margot, I always called her Mams, and old Gardner, not to mention Chester, and Elena. I wonder how they're doing after all this time. Oh man, what the hell happened here? This monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys. It's a relic of the old religion, from when people believed that spirits existed even in stuff that wasn't alive. I just don't get why anyone would deface it like this, though. I guess maybe the rumors really are true. What was that? It came from over there. Hey, wait up, Adol! Damn it, left behind again. No way. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell are monsters doing in Felghana?
Monsters? Here? What are they doing this close to town? Chester.
So welcome to a combat tutorial. Yes, combat in this game works differently than Ys 1 and 2. Where Ys 1 and 2, you would sit there and just kind of run into an enemy at certain angles to hit it for more or less damage, depending on where you hit it. Now there is an attack button. Compared to Ys 1 and 2, where you just bumped into things, there is actually now an attack button. Which I am playing the PSV version, so this defaults to the X button. And if you want to do a lunge attack, you basically attack immediately after you come to a stop in order to do a sword slash. And if circle is obviously the jump button. So there is a jump slash. When you're going upwards and you attack, you'll slash with an up thrust. But if you are moving when you're dropping and you attack, you'll do a down thrust. So basically that is the general gist of how like fights work in this game. You have a big like 6-hit combo, and that's pretty much how this one works, compared to Ys 1 and 2 where you just bump into things. And this is a feature of Felghana. When Adol's boost gauge reaches 100%, press the boost button. Defaults to triangle in this case to activate boost mode. Basically, according to this, it looks like all it does is just boost him, but all his stats are like temporarily enhanced. His speed and strength are just much better, and you can do up to 10 consecutive hits versus 6. And you only take half damage and you suffer no knockback when you're hit by enemies in boost mode. Which is extremely useful when you go and just kind of activate it and just like destroy everything in your path.
Excuse me. Thank you very much for saving me. You're a traveler, aren't you? Are you hurt at all?
Hey! Are you alright, Adol? Right when you ran off, I got attacked by monsters too. I'd like to know what the hell those things are doing in Felghana. Whoops! Excuse me. I guess they must have been after you. Are you okay, miss? You don't look like you're hurt, at least. Huh? What's wrong? Something on my face? Am I, like, covered in monster gore? We should probably get moving and head to town before we're attacked again. I can't say I recognize your face, but you've got to live in Redmont, I figure—
Dogi? I knew it! I must be dreaming! Dogi, you're actually back! What have you been doing all this time?
Hey, hold on a second now. You obviously know me, but do I know you?
How can you even say that? You, me, and my brother used to play together all the time when we were kids. Don't you dare tell me you've forgotten.
Oh, no way! When I last saw you, you were just a skinny little tomboy!
Well, that was 8 years ago. I'm 17 now.
Man, you sure are.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? It's nice to meet you. And, again, thank you very much for your help. My name is Elena. Elena Stoddart.
Eleanor, where have you been? You had me worried sick, staying out so late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gardner. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I just...
It's okay, Eleanor. As long as you're all right, we'll pretend this never happened. So, who are your two friends? I don't believe I recognize either one of them.
Look a little closer. You'll get it in a second.
Huh?
Hey there, Gardner! Still standing at the gate like always, I see.
Wait! Dogi! Is that really you?
Yeah, I guess I've been a little out of touch. Sorry.
My favorite little troublemaker has come home! Where have you been all this time? And what have you been up to?
Well, you know, wandering, killing monsters, saving the world. The usual. Anyway, I brought a pal of mine along. Go on, Adol, introduce yourself.
Adol introduced himself to Gardner.
An adventurer, eh? Well, that's certainly a rarity. But from the looks of that sword on your belt, I can tell you're no amateur.
No, he's quite remarkable. I was attacked by monsters just now, and he came right to my rescue.
Is that a fact? Well then, you have my thanks, good sir. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That's the problem with gate duty. You miss all the real trouble out in the field.
Does raise a point worth discussing, though. Why are there monsters here in the first place? We'd heard rumors that Felghana's fallen on hard times, but I had no idea it had gotten so bad.
Yeah, things certainly aren't looking up these days. It's been pretty bad for around a year now. We're rarely visited by anyone anymore as a result. No travelers, no merchants.
Man, that sucks.
Well, it's getting late. You can tell me all about where you've been and what you've done come morning. For now, you should head on in and get some sleep. I bet you're exhausted after what you've been through.
This place sure hasn't changed much either. I used to live and work at this inn when I was a kid. I owe Mams a lot for looking after me back then. Hey, Elena, go get Chester, would you? I haven't seen him in so long, and we can't have a reunion party if everyone's not here.
I'm sorry. He's not in town right now.
What? Oh, no way! Oh well, what can you do? He's probably pretty busy.
I'm afraid I'll be taking my leave for the night as well. My long absence likely had a few people worried, so I really should let them know I'm okay.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll be fine here for the night. We're probably gonna hang out a little before we go to bed. By the way, are you and Chester still living with the mayor?
Oh no, he and I have a house on the edge of town now. It's just...
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing, really. I guess I'll be off then. It was nice to meet you, Adol, and good to see you again, Dogi. I know you two must be tired from your journey. Please, take it easy and get some rest, okay?
She's acting kind of strange. Probably just been a rough day for her. Man, though, she sure has filled out nicely. And she's got that whole childhood friend thing going for her, too. Now, who am I kidding, though? She's gonna fall for you, not for me. That's always how it goes. Let's just get inside.
Dogi? I can't believe it! It's really you! My little nightmare's come home! And look at those muscles! You've grown so big! Last time I saw you, you were just a pudgy little brat.
Yeah, it's me. I'm back. You're looking well.
You know, I haven't heard a peep out of you since you left. Would it be so much to ask for some kind of contact? A letter at least if you couldn't visit.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'ams.
Well, I always figured you'd do well for yourself. It certainly is nice to see you back safely, though. And you're a friend of Dogi's, then?
Adol gave his name and explained that he had been traveling with Dogi for quite some time.
I see. Well, thank you for looking after our little wayward wanderer. Unfortunately, you've arrived at a pretty bad time. Lots of unpleasant business going on lately. But still, happy events like these are rare, so I intend to enjoy this while I can.
Ma'ams.
You two boys must be hungry. Let me fix you up a nice big meal. And you'd better clean your plates if you know what's good for you.
So then, how is the investigation coming along?
You have nothing to worry about, my lord. We've already confirmed their locations. The Tigray Quarry, the Obern's Ruins, and the Sacred Mountains of Eldern. All that now remains is to organize the men and begin our search in earnest.
Excellent, excellent. Once I possess what I seek, my might and majesty will be known far and wide. Indeed, perhaps my homeland could lay claim to all of Europa. Either way, this certainly should be an enjoyable undertaking. Wouldn't you agree?
In your hands, my lord. I'm certain that dream will become a reality.
Indeed it will. Indeed it will. I leave the search in your hands. Make certain it continues without interruption. I expect good news forthwith.
You do me great honor. I pledge you my success, Lord Maguire. I shall see to it that your faith in me is not misplaced.
So, Adol, while I'm here, I think I'm gonna swing by the Elder Mountains for a bit to visit my old master. He's the one who taught me everything I know about fighting, back when I was a kid. If anyone would know the reason for all the monsters showing up around here, he'd be the one. I won't be gone long, though. You should relax and tour the town. It's a really nice place. If you have any questions, you can ask Elena. She said her house was on the outskirts of town, so I'm sure it won't be too tough to find. I'm off for now. See you later, buddy.
Alright, so now we get to get into the game proper here. Let me just kind of go in our little menu. So, each Ys game has a giant character log of like people and things that you can discover as you go along. I don't know if I'll be able to fill out this entire thing, but I will see as much as possible because there's a lot of things that you can find in this game and so on and so forth. Oh yeah, is my stuff okay here? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, just making sure all my stuff is good because this version has voiceovers, as you can tell, and you can like turn them on and off if you want, and then have like narration and things like that. But also, the PSP version has an option to lower the volume when they start talking. which is a godsend, which sadly the PC version of this game doesn't have. So if you are playing the PC version, they actually added the voiceovers to the PC version at some point. And they don't have the feature where it goes down in volume. So it's a little bit iffy here and there, so you might want to have the game have lower volume for just the BGMs and stuff like that when you play the PC version. But yeah, let's go around town and talk to people. Oh hey, you're the guy who took the room next door last night, aren't you? You certainly got some guts, I'll say. Certainly not tourist season in Felghana right now. Name's Antonio, I'm here on business from the Roman Empire. Have you ever heard of a thing called Reval ore? It's a really high quality rock mineral native to this region, and it's also the reason I'm here. So yes, Reval ore. As you can tell on the bottom left there, you'll see like a little blue thing and then a 0. That is my Reval ore count. As you can tell, we're gonna be collecting it. So let's talk around to people, because Falcom games have a bunch of characters that all have names and backstories of some shape or form, and this game is no exception to that. You're Adol. Margot told me about you. She says you're a close friend of Dogi's, and an adventurer no less. Well, you certainly picked quite a time to come to Felghana. Plenty of bad tidings these days. Strange weather has been wreaking havoc with our harvest, I said reckon, and monsters have been running around all over the place. Nobody knows what's next, and nobody really wants to know. Count yourself lucky that you're just visiting. Good morning, did you sleep well? I can talk much faster than you do in the cutscenes, because I think you're probably one of the only voiceovers I'm not really too fond of. I guess Dogi's already gone out, Lord knows where. Still can't ever sit still, that boy, even after all these years. He's grown the muscles of a man, but he's still got the head of a hyperactive little brat. He hasn't gotten you into trouble during your travels, has he? Thanks to Count McDumbbutt, I came here all the way here from Garmin for no darn reason at all. Got something on your mind, Red? You going to try to make me stop drinking, are you? You better not, this bottle's the only friend I got. So yes, as we talk to people, I mentioned before that it shows up in characters. So it fills up over time. And if you want to talk to everybody in town, you have like about 16 people to cover, so it's not really that big of a deal. So just kind of go around and just talk to people.
Welcome. Well, well, what have we here? Are you a traveler by any chance? That sword looks like it's seen a lot of action. You should have it fixed up. This store deals in weapons and armor, along with a handful of our own specially selected curios. The boss is a bit eccentric, but you'll be hard-pressed to find a better smithy anywhere else in the world. He's choosy about his clientele, though, so don't be offended if he turns you away at first. Just keep at him.
Good to know.
What do you want? I'm Adonis. I own this shop, and if my appearance hasn't given it away yet, I'm happy to confirm that yes, I'm a smithy. Huh, from the looks of that sword, you know what you're doing at least. But I make it a rule to refine weapons and armor for people I like, and only people I like. Sorry, but you may as well just head home.
Well, that's a problem, but I'm pretty sure in due time that'll be fixed up. Let's see, who else can we talk to around here? Oh, hello, you're Dogi's friend, right? They said you were a dashing swordsman, but you're even cuter than I expected. I'm sorry we can't meet you with bigger smiles. Not only was the harvest awful this year, but our taxes are up again. I don't know how I'm going to keep foot on my family's table at this rate. To top it off, the Lord of the Land has ordered the quarry closed indefinitely, so my husband's totally unable to work. It's like our hands are tied here, and we're just waiting to starve.
What do you want with me, stranger? Please just leave me be. You're too young to have gone deaf. Please, just get out of here. Leave me be.
Yeah, as you can tell, some people do have voice acting, some don't. The ones that have voice acting usually are kind of important. There are like some characters that don't, that are kind of just lead to like certain things here and there, but like this kid, little Hugo. Hey mister, are you friends with that big mass of muscles my daddy tells me is named Dogi? I assumed all his friends would be circus strongmen, but you don't look like a circus strongman at all. But you're an adventurer, right? Which means you go exploring new lands and fighting monsters with that sword? Can I be your adventuring partner? I promise to be real helpful. I'll fend off monsters with my Pickard power. I'm always playing adventure, so I know what it's like. the enemies will be like, oh, roar, and I'll be like, bam. Yes, these are little pickards. They're like little piggies of this universe. They existed in a lot of the games here and there. But yes, we still have a lot more people to talk to in this town. Hello, you're that swordsman who arrived alongside Dogi, no? The name's Harold. I'm a local merchant. Pretty good one, too. Redmont is known for a local ore named Reval, and I'm one of the best Reval salesmen there is. Or I was anyway, until all this mess in the quarry came about. The accident, the monsters, the closure edict. Sure would be nice if this could just all get settled soon, so I can start making a living again. Oh, that's your problem, buddy. There is nobody in here. It's funny because you would think there would be, but not right now. Hello. Hey, I found Mr. Red. Amazing. Helena told me your hair was super red like fire. I didn't believe her, but she was right. Wanna play a game with me, Mr. Adel? Daddy's gone to the quarry, and I'm just so bored. We'll keep that in mind for later. Maybe sometime we'll play a game. So Dogi came back after hearing all the nasty rumors about Felghana, did he? That's all well and good, but he still just up and left us 8 years ago, and I don't forgive and forget so easily. Besides, it's just monsters. In my day, we fought off much bigger beasts using nothing but tree branches for fun. Mayor Edgar's got the right idea. He's out at the quarry with my son, checking up on some weird monument we unearthed. I'm not going to let the count or a few piddly monsters tell him what to do. No, sir. You miners are tough, and we can take care of ourselves. Cal McGuire's just being a darn tyrant trying to close the place. But yes, as you can tell in the little cutscene earlier, McGuire was talking about, like, these things. Obviously, they unearthed some artifact in these places, and they're kind of linked. Nobody around. It's not like a standard RPG where you can click on things and find stuff, sadly. I mean, obviously there's chests and things like that, but... Yep. Alright, let's see. Who else can I talk to here?
Oh, hello. I don't believe we've met. Which means you must be Adol, that friend of Dogi's I've been hearing so much about. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Nell, and I'm a devotee of the church. Is it true that you saved Elena from a pack of wild monsters? Words cannot express how thankful we are for that. I've pledged myself to this church for many a year, and have known the Stoddart children since they were very little. They've always regarded me as a big sister to them. Sister with a small s, that is. And I've always regarded them in kind. Which is why traumatic events like last night's unpleasantness affect me so.
Sister with a small s because she's like a sister of the church, which will make it a big S, so you get the point.
Oh, you must be Adol. It's nice to meet you. I'm Father Jean-Pierre, pastor of this church. Elena's had quite a lot to say about you. I understand you're the one who saved her when she was ambushed by a pack of monsters. For that, I must truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm certain Elena had her reasons for being out so late. She denied any, of course, claiming it was just a flight of fancy, but I feel there's more to it than that. If I pressure her to tell me things she wishes to hide, though, I can see no good coming of it. But I digress. Please forgive me. This is our very first meeting, and here I am babbling away. May God's blessings be with you in your travels. If anything ever troubles you, always remember, the church's doors are open. Come by any time, day or night.
So yes, as you can kind of tell, just me going around the town and stuff, you notice that the graphics aren't the best. I am playing a PSP game after all. And like I said, this game does exist on PC, and it looks and kind of plays a little leagues better there. It kind of like is in 60 frames a second, where here it's 30. I don't mind, honestly. The biggest reason why I'm playing the PSP version, because it has things in it that the PC version doesn't have. Mainly just more stuff you can get and things like that here and there. Nothing too fancy, but then there's a couple features that this version has as well that the PC version still doesn't have. So, might as well play this version and get the full experience.
Oh, good morning, Adol. Is Dogi not with you today?
Adol explained that Dogi had gone to visit his old master in the Elder Mountains.
Oh, that's... well, It's not very nice of him, to be honest. He hasn't even shown you around yet. But that's Dogi for you. 8 years ago, he suddenly decided he simply had to go on a journey of self-discovery. To become a man, he said. I wasn't fond of the idea myself, but Chester sternly opposed it. The two of them got into quite a scuffle. They did make up right as Dogi was about to leave, though. To be honest, I have something I need to tell Dogi. Remember yesterday, when I said Chester was out of town? Well, that's true, but he actually hasn't been back in over 6 months. He left a note for me on the day he vanished. It just said, I won't be back for a while. I haven't heard anything from him at all since then. Not a word. I'm not sure how to tell Dogi, after he came all this way. Sorry. I don't mean to dump all my apprehensions on you. When he gets back, I guess I'll just have to give it to him straight. I'm sure Dogi will take the news well after all he's seen and done with you. As well as he can, anyway.
Actually, if you're wondering, well, that's why I left town last night. I thought Chester might be passing through. Of course, it's just a rumor. I should have known that, but I couldn't bring myself not to go. As a result, you had to come save me, and I made everybody worry. I can be such a child sometimes. I need to grow up. I know I do. So yes, I pretty much talked to most everybody in town at this point. Quite a few people. If there's a couple people I missed, I will see them eventually. But for now...
What? How many were there?
I'm not sure, but there were definitely a lot. More than I've ever seen before.
What could be going on here? Came out to see what was going on with all the shouting and panicking and such. What in the world happened? This is terrible. Oh my, sounds like some bad news from the quarry. We've already gone through so much. What's next? Destructive winds? Wrong game. That's the first game, but yeah. Why was Ricardo so shook up? What happened to him? Oh man, this really sucks. I love that this game has words like that. Figures. Promise vast quantities of Reval ore to my backers, and I show up in the land of Reval, and everything just screws up. So what's going on?
Who are you?
Adol introduced himself and asked what was happening.
Monsters started gushing out of one of the deep mine shafts in the Tigre Quarry. That's east of here. We only just barely made it out of there alive. But Mayor Edgar is still inside. So Dewey, that's the head miner, asked me to go into town and get some help. Anybody who's willing and able.
Dogi could do this job easily, but he left town a short while ago. Probably too far away to track him down now. I can't go myself either, since I'm the only one trained in defensive combat around here. I've got to guard the town. Adol, I hate to ask, but we could really use your strength. Would you put your adventurer's skills to use for us and check out the quarry in my place?
Yes, please. It would mean a great deal to me as well. The mayor, Dewey, and even Paul are in grave danger right now.
Well, of course. Why not?
Thank you so much for this. I can't even imagine how to repay you.
We're in your debt, Adol. Here, I've got a map of Felghana. You might need it. You should also make sure you're well prepared, as it sounds like you'll be fighting some monsters in there. Take this, and use it to get your equipment refined. Go talk to Adonis, the town's smithy. Tell him I sent you, or he probably won't give you the time of day. He's a stubborn one, but he knows how to pound metal like nobody's business. Your equipment's in good hands with him. I do hate asking you to put your life at risk for us, but we need you right now. Show us what you're made of, adventurer.
Seems like a good plan, and the music starts right back up. Now that we can give him the time of day...
Oh, it's you again. Doesn't matter how many times you talk to me. I pick and choose my own clientele, and I do not choose you.
Adol relayed Gardner's message.
You serious? Gardner sent you? Guess that means you'll take good care of my work, if nothing else. Well, if Gardner says you're good news, then you're good news. Gotta do what the old guy asks. I can augment your sword, armor, and shield here. Just hand them over, and I'll make them better. Well, if you got enough Ravel ore for the job, anyway. Monsters often get it stuck in their fur or claws and will drop it when killed. Or sometimes it's just lying around. I'll have to charge you a service fee too, though, or else Cynthia's gonna put up a fuss like you wouldn't believe. And the price varies per piece, as we've got this whole quality chart system in place. Don't ask me, it was her idea. So, what have you got for me? You're part of my clientele now, Adol Kristen, so feel free to come on by anytime you need work done.
So yes, let's get our equipment tempered.
What do you got for me?
So basically when we temper ore, or temper swords, I should say, because that's what I'm going to be doing, we have a bunch of things. When we temper it,
the one? Good to go.
We get an added strength bonus, in this case, or added defense, depending on which one it is. Frankly, the stats aren't high, per se, because it's like, oh, +2 strength. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it certainly is. It really, honestly is, because the stats in this game, like, a single point can make or break anything. So it's actually really nice. But we also have some money left over, so how about we buy some items here? What do we got?
Welcome.
I can't afford anything. Never mind. But yes, these are the items we can buy in the shop. The illusion mirror. Used in battle to create an illusionary shield. Illusory shield that blocks 3 enemy attacks, one-time use. Amulet. Used in battle to incapacitate nearby enemies for a short time. Breaks after one use. These are kind of items that were already in the franchise already. The mirror especially. But now we have the Catal Elixir. Water taken from a holy spring in the Elder Mounds. Permanently raises max HP. This is really good.
Take your time, no hurry.
Thank you. This is really good, but honestly, it's not, like, it kind of gives you a small buff, but any amount of HP is better. And then there's a spirit necklace. Wrought in the shape of a wind goddess, fully revives its wearer, but only once. It's nice to have, but one-time use, But yeah, the prices here might be a little bit different than what you're seeing if you're playing the PC version. Especially if I start buying things. Like if I buy an elixir, it actually will go up in price compared to the PC version, which makes it slightly harder. But I think you kind of get a little bit more money here and there and a little bit more Ravel ore as you go along compared to the original game on PC. But yes, we also can buy equipment, which obviously I can't afford any of these things, but they exist, so we'll keep that in mind for later. Yeah, let's get out of here. We have a better weapon. Let's set on forth. If you keep following the road to the east, you'll find the Tigray Quarry in no time. It's real easy to get to. You'll likely run into some monsters on the way, though, so you may want to get your equipment looked at before leaving. I did. Left one of our subordinates, Paul, at the quarry entrance to assist Mayor Edgar or Dewey if they make it out. If you tell him I sent you, he'll let you in. Alright, good to know. So, to the east of here is the Tigray Quarry. It will take me a little bit of time to get there. Not too much, but thankfully enough, we have save points. I'll save over this one. Alright. But yes, these are save points in the world compared to Ys 1 and 2. I can't just save everywhere. It kind of stinks a little bit, but this is a handheld game, so I can just put the console into sleep mode if I really need to. I'm recording it, so that's not going to happen. But you know. Anyways, so yes, next time on Azure Plays more East, the Open Felghana, we're going to head to the Tigray Quarry and see if we can go save the mayor, Dewey, and see what's going on over there. See you all then.
Did Adol seriously just make landfall on a fully intact boat?